Hello friends, welcome to this video. So if you don't know me, my name is Shannon and I run shansstitchery on TikTok, Instagram, those kind of places. This is a video of all my work in progresses that I need to finish before I start any more, because I have bought pattern after pattern after pattern to do and none of them are getting touched, okay? So that's a problem. So I'm just going to give you a quick showcase of what I still have to finish before I start anything else. And I need to stick to it, okay? I need to stick to it, because if I don't, I am never gonna finish anything ever, okay? So we're gonna start with what was initially my procrastination project. So it's one that I keep like by the couch if we're just watching TV, so that I just work on things. Because I enjoy working on things, and I don't know why, it just keeps me calm. It's very therapeutic, which I need right now because I am not mentally stable. So this was my procrastination project. It's only got, I think, like 14 rows left to finish, which I'm gonna finish today. But it's this little baby blanket. It's really, really nice. The colours in it are a lot nicer than I thought they would be, because this was a yarn that my mum got me for Christmas, and I was like, that yarn is fucking gross. I didn't have the heart to say it to her, but I was like, what the fuck am I gonna do with that yarn? It's nasty. It's nasty yarn. It is not nasty, and I take it back. I absolutely love how this is worked up. It's just a C2C blanket. It is wonderful. Now my phone's kind of like washed the colours out. They are really vibrant, but they're like vibrant baby colours, if that makes sense. So what will be happening with this is I'm going to do a nice border in this kind of orange, because it's a little bit more vibrant than that one, but they pretty much match. And I didn't want to do white. I thought that would be a bit boring. Like, there's already enough white in the blanket, and then depending on how I feel, because I feel like this would be really nice as is, but I'm really into making baby snuggles, like with the little amigurumi thing in the middle. I think for this one, I would maybe do a seahorse, like a little lilac seahorse with some of these teal coloured fins. I think it'd be really cute. That's probably going to get finished today. Now, even though this is a finished one, this, you know, it's ready to go, it's actually waiting on a second. It's waiting on its friend. So my cousin actually commissioned me to do 2 of these, which are the free Bella Coco crochet pattern. I'll link it down below. She is not paying me to do the pattern or anything. She's only giving me money to cover the yarn. So before anybody thinks I'm like, oh, free pattern, let me capitalise. No, I'm just making them. She paid for the yarn and that's what she's getting, right? Because I make things, like I'm making things to donate to the maternity ward and making things to donate to other people. I'm not making for a profit, I make for a hobby, but I want to keep crocheting, but I don't have enough places in my house. I don't need loads of blankets. I'm gonna start making my own clothes. I think they'll be really cute, but I don't need more blankets. I don't need pillow covers. I don't need more teddies and that. I've got a few that I've made up here, and that's the limit. I don't need any more. So I make to give, like I don't make for a profit. So if somebody is asking me to make them something, all I ask is that they cover the price of the yarn. So just in case anybody was like, you can't sell those, I'm not selling it. I'm literally just taking the money for the yarn. That's all, right? And yes, the head is big. I said that to her and she said it looks absolutely perfect. So I'm not overly fussed, but I do keep reshaping it just in case, you know? But she looks really cute. So that's just waiting on a second one, which I actually plan on getting a vast majority of it done today. So there are 2 other snuggles. I've not even started them. They are for one of my boyfriend's workmates, because he has shown like my crochet things. Like I post them on Facebook and that as well, but a lot of his workmates don't use Facebook. I am friends with them, which is weird. I'm friends with more people from his department than I am with my own department, which again, weird. They see them and then they just want them. So I made a little deer one, which I'll post a picture if I have the picture. I can't remember if I took one before giving it to her, which but it looked really, really cute. It was wonderful to do. I only charged her for the yarn, and so she gave me a tenner for it and a box of chocolates. It was really nice. We've not opened the chocolates yet, but we will. Anyway, long story short, I'm also making another one for another, well, 2 more for another of his work friends. He wants a dinosaur one and a sheep one, which I'm more excited for the dinosaur. I'll probably do the sheep one first to get the boring one out the way, and then do the dinosaur. I found such a cute pattern. I was like, oh, this is gonna be mint. In this very overstuffed bag of yarn, this is where I'm keeping all of the things for a top that I'm making. So like I said, I want to make more wearable things. Well, I just want to make wearable things. I've not made something that isn't a blanket. Well, I've made blanket and amigurumi, but what I mean is like a top or like one of these, right? These are really cute. I love these. But mine is all browns and blues and greens. So I've got 5 just now. I think I'm going to need a lot more because I am one big bitch, okay? They are really nice all together. Hold on. There's another blue one. Obviously it's not finished, okay? So that's just where I'm at. But I don't know how long that'll take to finish. I just kind of do them while I'm watching YouTube or something. It's not something I'm dead set on finishing right now. Now, in this bag, as you can see, I ordered from Wool Warehouse far too much, and I haven't even kept all the organza bags. Like, I think I put at least 1 order a month in, which I need to stop because there's 2 more sets of cubie things down the way as well. So somebody take my bank card off me. All of the yarn just gets kept together. I need to put another blue in there though, but anyway. This is for this really cool blanket pattern that I found. So this one is going to be a blanket for my cat because I didn't realise just how small it would be. It's only going to be 9 by 9. So I'm already 4 by 4. Well, obviously not entirely, but like this is the length of just 4 of them. So it's only going to be about double this, well, a wee bit more, but it's a really cool pattern and I am actually really excited to finish it. They're so easy and like nice to do. And you know, neon colours are so fun, and my cat will inevitably not give a fuck. This is the one that I'm dreading, okay? This is my big one that I'm just gonna try and do bits of. I've not done a square in a couple of days just because I needed a break to do something else, hence why I have like a procrastination project, which will all be going in a big donation pile to go to like maternity, or if folk really want them, you know, I'll happily sell them. But yeah, they go. I'm planning on putting some stuff to the maternity ward at work. So this one involves all of this yarn, which was pulled from the blanket. I don't know, was it this video or did it already explain what happened with my mum's blanket? It was the other video. Right, so with this blanket, I made my mum, it was initially going to be 6.5 feet because she's a short woman, right? So I wanted a blanket that would be big enough for her and maybe my youngest brother. He's like a complete mummy's boy, like he's lovely. If they were sitting watching a film, they could cuddle under it, or my mum and her partner, you know, something like that. A really nice blanket to have. But it was 6.5 feet. I don't gauge projects. I have never gauged a project in my life. It somehow stretched from 6.5 feet to 7.2 feet. Now, I didn't add any stitches. It was perfectly like straight. All the edges were straight. It was flawless, right? How did I manage that? Like, I didn't think stitches could stretch that much. Like, it was a lot, and I wanted it to be a square blanket because I just have a thing, like, I much prefer square blankets to rectangular blankets. I am working on my rectangular blanket. It's my temperature blanket, but that's not going to be like a usable one. It's going to be a decorative one, which I may even actually just turn into like a full-ass wall hanging. It might be quite nice to do that. But anyway, all of this yarn was from undoing that blanket. Now you're going to see a lot of white because the blanket did have white in it, but the new blanket is not going to have any besides the border. So that's 2 bags of yarn that was already in the blanket, okay? And I'd only got about 2 feet like tall with the blanket. This is all the rest of the yarn for the blanket. The bottom layer, to be fair, is all the white, but this is all the rest of the yarn. So it's a big project, as one could see. And the blanket itself, I will show you. Now, as you'll see, like, a lot of folk think it's a waste of time, but I'm one of those people that, like, I have a very short attention span, so I like doing things that are in squares or patches or like a certain little bit that I can finish and then feel like, okay, I've finished that. Like, I've done at least 1 square today, you know, I feel good about it. I mean, I don't do 1, I end up doing like 10 in a day, but this is it. So I discovered what mosaic granny squares are, so this is one of them. They are all kind of, what do you call them? What are these? Stitch markers. They're all stitch markered together purely because I like to see the progress that I'm making. It makes it feel like it's not just a bunch of squares sat. That's the back of it. I do apologise. So yeah, they look really, really nice. I was so happy that I found them because the original picture that I sent my mum was in like greys to black. Oh no, was it white to black? Like white, grey and black, right? And I was like, oh, I don't want to do white, grey and black. That's boring. So I did rainbow, naturally. And yeah, it's just going to keep getting built up like that. I have 11 done so far, so I have 89 to do. It's going to be 10 by 10. and I'm just working on them gradually. It was meant to be for her birthday, which was early February, then I didn't get it finished, so I was like, okay, Mother's Day came and went, so obviously she never got that, so I'm hoping it'll be done by the time lockdown lifts in about June, July-ish, because then we'll be able to see each other and I'll be able to give it to her. But failing that, Christmas. That's my end goal, is Christmas, okay? And the last thing I'm going to show you is my temperature blanket. I have about 2 weeks to add to it because I won't lie, I have been in a very bad place for the past couple of weeks. I am not even out of it yet. Just today is the most motivation. Like, today is the first day in days that I have been washed, showered, dressed. The house is pretty clean. Like, everything is done, but I feel crap, right? But, you know, we're getting on with it. So my temperature blanket is obviously being done in rainbow colours. If I do anything, assume it's in rainbow, okay? Until I say otherwise. So, can I even get the full length in here? Pretty much. We're not too far off. So yeah, big, there you go, kind of. This is just how wide it is, and it's gonna get a lot longer. I can post like the little picture that I drew up in Procreate, but I have been sewing in everything as I go so that when it comes to the end of the year, it's done. I don't have to worry about it. I don't have to be like, oh god, I wish I'd sewed all these ends in. Like, it's done. Okay, I'm doing myself that favour. So I didn't stop doing it because I don't want to do it anymore. I just stopped doing it because I don't want to do anything anymore. So I am going to catch up on them. That might be another video. If you see that, I will still be dressed in the same thing because it's all getting filmed on the same day. And that is pretty much, I think, all of my working projects. Now, I do have a lot of PDFs and stuff, like a lot of patterns still to do that I have bought and I've not touched. I have one that I bought for my birthday last year that I've still not done. So once I get these out the way, it will be working through all the projects that I've bought, like all the patterns that I've bought, and hopefully churning my way through some of this yarn, because there's a lot of it. Okay, so I'm going to leave all the patterns that I have used down below. One disclaimer is that some of them are purchase patterns. They're usually purchase patterns because I didn't know Ravelry existed, so if there is a purchase pattern that somebody sees and they know a free version of it, feel free to link it below for others to use, for me to update, you know, the links and stuff like that. It would be incredibly helpful just to know that there are free versions out there. So thank you very much for watching, and I hope to see you in the next video. Until then, have a good day, a good evening, a good whatever, wherever you are, and I hope to see you then.